Hi guys, welcome back to Take 5 with Pretty Nerdy. This week we have an indie spotlight that I'm pretty excited about because this is the most mainstream book that has ever been sent to me. The writer of the first issue, Andre Frattino, actually requested that I review this book, and it is Jim Henson's The Storyteller, Shapeshifters. Now this is already in your LCS. They actually just released the second issue this week, so I'm a little bit behind on this one, but it is being published by Archaea. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but they are an imprint of Boom Studios. Now, if you're not familiar with the Jim Henson Storytellers format, they are anthology style. They usually have 4 issues, and each issue has a different creative team behind it. There's a whole bunch of them. This one is Shapeshifters. There's witches, ghosts, giants, sirens, fairies, there's, I think, one more, dragons. So there's a whole bunch of these, and they're great for adults and kids because they're all kind of based on like folklore from different places, and they're non-committal. Like, you can pick up issue 2 and read it, and if you're not super into it, that's fine, move on. You don't need to read the other issues to like understand what was happening. But if you do like it, you can go and read issue 4 and then go back and read issue 1 and then read issue 3 because it's anthology style. They're all separate and they all have like their own unique flair. For that reason, I kind of changed how I'm doing this episode. I initially was going to review issues 1 and 2, but because they're 2 completely different stories by 2 completely different creative teams, I think it would be better to review them as standalones and not together. The creative team behind issue 1 is Andre Frattino as the writer, Nori Rutherford as the artist, colors are by Kieran Quigley, letters by Jim Campbell, and the cover is a Mike Del Mundo cover. I'm sure you know the name. He is responsible for a lot of the covers on X-Men Legacy, and you know I love me some Legion. And the cover on this one kind of almost has like a Peach Momoko flair to it too. So the story starts off with the storyteller talking to his talking dog, and his talking dog brings him a journal to write his stories in, and they have a brief exchange, and then he jumps right into telling the tale. And the tale is the Children of Lear. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's like based out of Celtic folklore. And that's really the most Jim Henson thing that ever Jim Hensoned, is starting the book out with talking animals and the story within a story construct. So, you know, right on brand. So I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis so you can kind of understand where the story goes. There's a magic user named Dane. He's attempting to steal the throne from his brother-in-law, Lit, by turning Lit's children into swans. The children's mother had passed away, and the children's father is kind of a vain guy who only cares about fame and fortune. So, like, there's this whole negligent parenting situation going on that makes it really easy for Dane to fulfill that mission. The oldest child, her name is Fiona, and she's kind of Dad's favorite, and she spends most of the story trying to fix it. And I'm just gonna leave it at that and not go any further because I don't wanna, you know, ruin the whole story for you. The art in this book is really straightforward. You're not confused by anything you see. It's pretty much what you see is what you're getting. And the dialogue's good. If you're somebody who likes very limited dialogue in your books, you may not connect with it quite as much. Or if you're a younger reader, you might lose interest a little bit just because it is a little bit wordy. I got completely sucked in because I'm not familiar with this particular piece of folklore, but one thing I do want to point out is these stories might not be for you if you're the kind of reader who is dead set on getting that big shocking twist in your books, because they are rooted out of familiar myths and folklore. So if you are familiar with the stories that they're being based off of, you need to go into it with the understanding that it's going to be a unique twist on the story, but you may not get that like full shock impact that you're looking for. I feel like this is great because this is something that like I'm reading, I'm enjoying, and I can give it to my son and he'll read it and he'll enjoy it too, and we'll have like different appreciations for it. He'll like it because it's a brand new story for him, and then I'm getting the nostalgic feels that the rest of, you know, adult readers are gonna get if they loved Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal and things of that nature. So it's really multifaceted, and it really taps a very broad market, which is great. I would also say that if you like the stories Wind, which is one of my favorites, and The Last Witch, you definitely want to pick this up because it's going to be right up your alley. It's going to be very similar to those types of stories. Overall, I'm giving this title an 8 out of 10 as a standalone issue. It was an enjoyable read. It's very low commitment, so if you just want to check out one story, see if you like it, that's great. I like that it's something I can share with my children and they can enjoy it too, because lately it's pretty challenging to find good stories in comic shops that you can share with young readers that aren't like a very popular commercial license. Like you got your Sonics and stuff like that, and this is a little more outside of familiarity for the younger generation. So I think this is a great thing to, you know, enjoy together. Thank you, Andre, for sending this request to me. I really enjoyed this book. If you guys want to pick it up, like I said, it's on issue 2, came out this week at your local comic shop, should be there. If they order Boom Books, they should have it. We're gonna have an extra episode this week because I did take some time off, and we have one extra book I would like to work in this week, so keep a lookout over the weekend for an extra video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back and see me. Bye!